Do you ever wonder what is intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number? The traditional beliefs, customs, and stories of a community. A community not part of the mainstream, unconventional, peripheral, or extreme. Part of an anthology, a published collection of poems or other pieces of writing. This is Esoteric Lore. I'm your host, Edward Aponte, where I push you to ponder the fringes of folklore. Are we made of star material? The answer is literally yes. But what are the ingredients to being a star? Let me give you the cosmic recipe. Every atom in your body, heavier than hydrogen, which makes up most of the universe, was forged inside the core of a star. Hydrogen and helium formed in the Big Bang some 14 billion years ago. Then you have carbon, oxygen, nitrogen created by nuclear fusion in the cores of stars. Then you have iron and heavier elements produced during the violent death of massive stars, also known as supernova explosions. There's also gold, platinum, and uranium, likely formed in neutron stars collisions, which extreme conditions create the rarest elements. So that's the cosmic recipe. Oh, you thought, are we made of star material, being stars as American Idol or America Got Talent? Not necessarily. We're looking at the true essence of star material. And it all starts with the death of a star. From star death to you. When a star reaches the end of its life and explodes, it scatters these heavy elements across space. Over millions of years, these materials blend into clouds of gas and dust, which eventually collapse under gravity and to form new stars, planets, and in our case, living beings. So when we touch your bones rich in calcium, breathe oxygen, or even think powered by iron-rich blood, you're engaging with matter that was born in the ancient stellar furnace. Let's take a look at this timeline more closely. Beginning 14 billion years ago, the beginning. The universe burst into existence filled with energy and the simplest of elements, hydrogen, helium, and a tiny trace of lithium. No carbon, oxygen, or iron yet, so no possibility of life. Then first stars ignite. About 13.5 billion years ago, gravity pulls hydrogen and helium into massive clouds. The first stars, called population 3 stars, form. Huge, hot, but short-lived. Inside them, nuclear fusion begins. Hydrogen atoms fuse into helium, releasing immense energy. Then we come to the forging elements. About 13 billion years ago, the stellar alchemy begins. In their cores, stars become cosmic forges. Helium, carbon, and oxygen, the triple alpha process. Carbon, neon, magnesium, silicon, sulfur. Silicon and iron fusion stops here. Iron can't produce more energy through fusion. When these massive stars run out of fuel, they collapse and explode as supernovae, scattering their enriched guts across space. Then around 6 to 7 billion years ago, we come to the rare metals. In extreme events like supernova and neutron star collisions, even heavier elements are made. Gold, platinum, uranium, and other rare process elements. These rare atoms mix into interstellar gas clouds, enriching the galaxy with life-friendly chemistry. We continue. Our solar system is born roughly about 5 billion years ago. A giant molecular cloud seeded with billions of years of stardust collapse under gravity. In the center, the sun ignites. Around it, a spinning disk of leftover dust and gas forms planets, moons, asteroids, and eventually Earth. This dust contains all the elements your body needs: carbon, life's backbone; oxygen, breathing; iron, blood; phosphorus, DNA; and calcium, bones. Earth's chemistry comes alive around 3 billion years ago. Complex molecules form in Earth's oceans and atmospheres, possibly helped by asteroids and comets impacting, delivering extra organics. First, life emerges using stardust atoms arranged into proteins, sugars, and cell membranes. Then, around 200,000 years ago, humans emerge. Evolution shapes Homo sapiens, whose bodies were made from elements forged billions of years earlier inside stars. Every breath of oxygen, every iron atom in your hemoglobin, every calcium atom in your bones, all were once part of a star. Since we're on the subject, is our consciousness also part star? Your consciousness is not made of atoms the way your body is, but it emerges from the brain, and the brain is built entirely of stardust. Here's how the link works. Physical foundation. Stardust brain neurons, the cells that generate thought and awareness, are built from the same cosmic elements: carbon, cell structure; oxygen, energy use; calcium, signal transmission; sodium and potassium, electrical impulses. Without these elements forged in ancient stars, there would be no neural network to host a consciousness. Emergence from complexity. Consciousness is not a single thing in the brain. It's an emergent property of billions of neurons communicating. Evolution shaped certain brain regions, prefrontal cortex, insula, interior cortex, that allow empathy, moral reasoning, and self-reflection. These capacities grew because cooperation and fairness helped our ancestors survive. The cosmic ingredients beyond atoms. While the material parts of consciousness is stardust, the experience of consciousness, the felt sense of guilt, empathy, or moral clarity, is a pattern of electrical and chemical activity. Philosophers and physicists sometimes argue that consciousness and conscious might also tap into deeper universal principles, perhaps linked to information patterns, quantum processes, or even self-awareness of the cosmos. In short, your consciousness is the moral music played by an orchestra of stardust atoms, tuned by evolution and conducted by the mysterious phenomenon we call consciousness. Let's take a look at the cosmic timeline of consciousness. How do we go from raw hydrogen gas to sitting here listening and wondering about your consciousness? The universe wakes up some 14 billion years ago, the Big Bang. The universe starts with pure energy, then cools into the simplest matter, mostly hydrogen and helium. No consciousness yet, just raw potential. Then stars forge the ingredients for the mind. The first stars form, burn, and explode, creating heavy elements: carbon for building life's scaffolding, oxygen for energy metabolism, nitrogen and phosphorus for DNA and neurotransmitters, iron for blood and energy transport. Over a billion years, the galaxy becomes rich in the chemical alphabet needed for life. Then comes planetary chemistry experiments. Earth forms from star-forged dust and rock. On its surface, chemistry becomes increasingly complex. Amino acids, sugars, and lipids assemble. These molecules start storing and processing information, the first primitive proto-awareness, in the form of a chemical feedback loops. Then life's nervous spark. Simple multicellular life evolved. Nerve cells, which are specialized for fast communication. Neural networks emerge. Biological circuits can react to the environment in complex ways. The first glimmer of what we'll call experience begins here. The brain expands about 2 million years ago. Mammals develop large brains for memory, cooperation, and emotional bonding. In human ancestors, the prefrontal cortex expands, enabling abstract thought, self-reflection, and empathy. Consciousness becomes richer, layered with memory, imagination, and moral evaluation. The birth of consciousness. Homo sapiens appears. Social living demands a moral compass, the ability to weigh fairness, trust, and harm. Consciousness emerges as a fusion of stardust-built brain circuits, biology, shared rules and stories, culture, and the ability to imagine the consequences of action, self-awareness. The universe looks back. Through you, the universe has evolved a way to reflect on itself. Your conscious is stardust reorganized into moral awareness, a phenomenon that didn't exist for most cosmic history. In that sense, your consciousness is not just part of the universe, it is the universe evaluating its own behavior. And now I leave you with a poem. The Conscious of Stars. The solids born of fire's breath, the cosmos bloomed from ancient death. Hydrogen hummed, then stars awoke. Their cores aflame, the atoms spoke. They forged the carbon, iron, gold, through furnaces a billionfold. When they died, they flung afar the seeds of life from shattered star. On earth, the dust began to dream. In ocean's depth, a living stream. Cells conspired and nerves took flight. Sparks of feeling lit the night. The brain grew vast with visions wide, a mirror where the stars reside. And conscience arose, a moral flame, the universe that learned its name. Now Now in your chest, the ancient fire still whispers truth, still calls you higher. You are the cosmos, flesh and song, the stars deciding right from wrong. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and give us a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you next time.